The countdown is on. Just under 4 days to fill our state budget hole, and lawmakers have yet to strike a deal. So where are we in this process? That is where we turn to Senator Mike Schultz, Oklahoma's Senate President Pro Tem. Thank you so much for being with us here this morning.
Thank you, Mark. Good to be with you this morning.
Yes, as always. You know, just a handful of days left here. You've been on the front lines, fighting this fight to try to get a budget fix for our state. What is this big holdup here? A lot of people want to know.
You know, Marky, we go into session the first Monday of February. Constitution says we have to be done by the last Friday of May. We spent 3.5 months talking about ideas, talking about policy. Budget discussions go on year round. We started talking about this budget a year ago. We knew it was going to be a very difficult budget. We knew we were going to probably have another large hole to fill. And so what we did in the Senate yesterday is we took several proposals that we've been talking about, a $1.50 increase on cigarettes, 6 cents on fuel, and a rebate program that we're taking away from oil and gas, and then doing away with a sales tax exemption on the wind industry. We've been talking about those items for several months now, and in the case of the cigarette tax for a year. And we put those together in a package yesterday, put it on the Senate floor, passed it out of our floor by a 75% margin, 36 Republican votes, and now it's on its way back to the House. We hope that they embrace this idea. We're hopeful that they'll pass it, send it on to the governor. $510 million worth of revenue that's tied up in this that goes into the 18 budget. And it's not just revenue for the 18 budget, but it's reoccurring revenue. That money will be there again in 19 and 20 and 21 to help stabilize our budget.
And the 510 is great, but it doesn't fill the hole. You know, we're looking at almost $900 million.
That's correct.
You know, that's what our deficit is. So how do you fill it?
We have some other revenue raising measures that's already been signed by the governor, about another 69 million that's already signed by the governor. Some are still in the pipeline that will get out by the end of the week.
And were those taxes to services?
There is a package out there that is a tax on services. That's going to be a pretty heavy lift in both chambers. Another issue we talked a lot about, and just not a lot of support for that out in the countryside and in the chamber. The 510 that we did yesterday doesn't completely fill the hole, but it goes a long way to stabilize us. We're doing everything we can do to hold education harmless, hold DOC harmless, hold Department of Human Services harmless.
And by harmless, you mean just don't make any more cuts than have already been made. They've already been detrimental.
Correct. No more cuts. And then if we can get that package through the House and to the governor and signed, add a few more smaller revenue raisers to it, then we're talking about 3 to 5% cuts to the rest of state agencies, which isn't great, but I think it's manageable for the year that we're in.
And the fight, you know, from an outsider's perspective, has seemed so contentious, so much back and forth, not just between parties, but between the House and the Senate, between chambers, really. Would you agree that it's...
Oh, Marky, I don't know that there's any more contention this year than there is any year. There's always plenty of contention in the building. We've got 149 members that all represent different districts, different interests, different constituencies. We're all there to, at the end of the day, come to a consensus, come to an agreement. The perfect agreement is something that not everybody likes. The proposal we passed yesterday is, we can easily say it's something that not everybody likes, so it's a pretty good agreement.
Yeah.
But there's always plenty of contention to go around.
Yeah, just from an outsider's perspective, you know, when the lieutenant governor steps down out of the governor's cabinet over, you know, service taxes, to us it seems like it's been a very contentious year.
It's been a difficult year,
yes. For sure. And following this proposal that y'all you put out on the table yesterday, House Speaker Charles McCall came out and said, you know, hey now, this is pretty much the same thing that we had proposed, and it got no bipartisan support. What are you hearing, you know, from other lawmakers? Is what you put on the table different?
Well, we've had each of these, not all of these individually up for a vote yet, but we've talked about these individually and as standalone measures. We just put them in a package and said, hey, let's go take one vote. We're running out of time. The clock is ticking. We have to get revenue passed out of both chambers and on the governor's desk by Friday in order to adhere to the outline of the Constitution about revenue raising bills. This is the first time that we've really made a shot at raising revenue since State Question 640 was passed probably 20 years ago now, that says the only way that we can raise revenue is a 3/4 vote of the legislature, or it has to go to a vote of the people. We certainly don't have time to send things to a vote of the people this year to get this budget hole solved. So the Senate stepped forward, said, look, we've been talking about these issues. We think this is a good compromise. We think this is an extremely responsible, reoccurring revenue plan that everybody can get on board with and pass.
And the possibility of a special session and going into one of those, I knew you knew I was going to take you here, but it's a real possibility and it's right around the corner. Do you think we will go into a special session?
No.
Why?
Special sessions always there. I think that we'll get our work done and get it done on time. We do not need to go to special session. It's very costly to the taxpayer, somewhere between $25,000 and $30,000 a day for the legislature to be in session. The voters that we were sent up here to represent, the voters that sent us up here to lead and to govern, they expect us to get our work done in 4 months from February to May. There's no reason why we don't. The Senate offered an unbelievably good, reasonable plan on the table to get us through this yesterday.
And I do want to play a quick soundbite here. We talked to former Speaker of the House Chris Steele yesterday about special sessions. If we could pop up his clip and we'll talk on the other side.
Those are tax dollars that could be utilized in much better ways. I mean, obviously, we need additional funding for education. The Department of Human Services is in dire need of additional funding. We just talked about the needs that the Department of Corrections have, the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse. The more money the legislature spends on a special session means the less money that would be available to appropriate for core services.
All right. So again, that was yesterday morning talking about, you know, this $30,000 a day it could cost to go into special session. All of that money could be better used elsewhere. You and I were just talking about this. Criminal justice reform, our schools.
The trooper that was just on with DPS.
Exactly. Where does this money come from? You know, I think so many times we get caught up in saying, this is coming from taxpayers. Well, that's a blanket statement. You know, where specifically does that money come from?
The money to pay for special session will come out of the House and Senate budgets. It's certainly something we don't budget for. We just have to go find the cuts in other areas to do it. But it all trickles down. It means that you have less money to hire staff. You have less money to do the things that you need to do to operate your agencies. But ultimately, it is the taxpayers' dollars. We need to be good stewards of the taxpayers' dollars.
Yeah, completely agreed. And we had one viewer who was concerned about special sessions. So this is from Joey Trisha Chestnut. They say if a deal isn't made by the deadline, there will be a special session each day until a deal is made. They say each special session will cost taxpayers $30,000. Are you morally comfortable charging the people of Oklahoma to complete a job that has a deadline that you failed to meet?
No, there's no reason for us to be in special session. We passed a good plan yesterday out of the Senate that we believe can gain the support in the House and get to the governor's desk to help fill this deal. As what I do in my other life outside the Capitol, I farm at Altus. I've got cotton to plant. I've got wheat to harvest. I need to be home taking care of that side of my life, not up here in special session spending the taxpayers' money.
Yeah, Altus is your bread and butter. And I do have one other question for you. This is from Ryan McCabe, and you were talking about not holding education, you know, harmless. What are you personally going to do to make sure that education does not take any more budget cuts? Our state already ranks near the bottom, and our students and teachers simply cannot afford a cut in their resources.
Again, we've always been focused on trying to keep common education harmless. The package that we passed yesterday goes a long way in ensuring that is going to happen this year. That if we can bank, we can book the $510 million worth of revenues. We do believe we can hold education harmless.
Okay, and final question to you. When can we expect to hear whether or not this proposal you put on the table is going to be
passed our chamber yesterday by the 75% margin?
Okay.
I'm hopeful that the House picks it up and gets it passed and to the governor's desk.
All right, Mike Schultz, thank you so much.
Thank you, Marky.